What's going on, fam? What is going on? It is Friday. And it's a little afternoon time. Yeah, it's about 12:30. And I'm just coming to check on my folks. See if I can drop a little something good in you. See if we can put a little positivity on this day. It is Friday. Come on in. Let's do what we do. Got a little music playing, trying to vibe out, and we're going to have us some fun doing what we love to do, which is empowering folks. Yes, sir. Empowering folks. I hope you are having a spectacular day, given our circumstances, given everything that's been going on, given the, what everybody's been wrestling with, what everybody's been dealing with. I hope everybody's moving in the right direction. So we're going to vibe out until we get a couple folks in. And because today I want to talk about who's feeding you. This is a talk that I did last year around September. And hey, Angie, what's going on? Good to see you on. It was a talk that I did last year, but it's really relevant right now. I had no idea how relevant it was going to be, but this is in this time that we're in, it's stressful. It's stressful. A lot of people are stressed out, and I've been I started this past Tuesday, and we did our first Stress Be Gone webinar. And it was great. Had a couple technical issues, but it was our first one, but we got all of those things ironed out. So as we move forward, that's just how we go. That's the platform we're gonna use. It's not gonna be I'm gonna still come on and show some love to Facebook, but I think for the platform that we'll be using will definitely be the webinar, because it'll be private. It'll be just us doing what we do. But if I can, I'm just going to jump right on in. Who's feeding you, especially in this season? The question that you have to ask yourself, who's feeding you? Every day we have to eat. Every day we have to eat in order to live, in order to function, to do what we do every day. We have to eat. We have to eat quality foods. We have to drink the right stuff, stay away from the sugary drinks and do all of that kind of stuff. So you ask yourself, so what type of foods? What's the source of food? Where does it come from? And, who prepared it? Who prepared this stuff? So it's the same thing when it comes to not just eating physical food, but it's the same thing that works mentally and spiritually. You have to ask yourself, who is feeding you? Who's feeding you mentally, and who's feeding you spiritually? Who's feeding you right now in this moment? Where are you getting your food from? And so here's the thing. When it comes to this COVID season, when it comes to the stress and anxiety that all of us are dealing with, I'm even guilty myself. You have to ask yourself, where is the source and where does it come from? Where's the source and where does it come from? Where's your information coming from? So typically what's stressing most of us out is the fact that we're connected to something or somebody that is giving us information. And that information, we're taking that information and we're internalizing that information. And it makes us either feel good or it makes us feel bad. Here's the thing, and here's the key for us. We have to maintain, especially in this season, we have to maintain a high vibrational frequency. Now, I know I have a lot of leaders and I have a lot of business owners and folks that follow me on this page. So I'm going to talk to my entrepreneurs. I'm going to talk to whether you're a leader in your organization, leader in your church, leader in your business. I want to speak to that. I want to speak to you right now. You have to maintain your space. once upon a time, people would go and they would talk to gurus. Where were the gurus? In all of the movies that we've watched and all of the, and all of the books that we've read, where are the gurus? The gurus are on the mountaintop. Why was that? Well, here's what I believe. I believe that the gurus stayed on the mountaintop so that they can stay closer to their true nature and to their true spiritual self and their source. No matter what their spiritual tradition was, all of us, and no matter what your spiritual tradition is, we all have to stay connected to our source. And here's the problem. What happens, let's just say the guru comes off of the mountaintop. The guru comes down off of the mountaintop and comes amongst the people. But what happens, the people are dealing with all kinds of issues that are of a low vibrational nature. They're very important to them. Very, very, very important to them. But because of who they are, they wind up absorbing the energy of the people that are around them. Make sure you get that. They are absorbing the energy of the people around them. So the question is, what energy are you absorbing? Who's feeding you? What information are you latching onto? Because in this season, you need to stay clear. You need to be so sure about yourself. You need to be so sure about the next steps that you're going to take. And see, here's the problem with that too. We're dealing with uncertain times. Well, I'm going to tell you something. I'm certain about this, and this is what I'm certain of. The stress and anxiety that people are going through as it relates to financial stuff, financial struggles, I've been there. I'm going to be very transparent right now for those people that are on here, and I hope this helps you. Many of you know that for a very, very long time, for almost 20 years, I was doing real estate and real estate investing. And that started in the early 90s, as soon as I graduated from college. I worked really, really hard in that industry. I had become extremely successful in that vein doing real estate investments. But what happened is 2007, 2008 happened. Those of us who are old enough to remember those times and what happened, we lost a lot. The economy turned upside down. And how I earned my money was no more. So the real estate industry turned upside down, and many of us, me, my friends, my mentors, and even though they said, oh, we've been here before, AD, we've been here before, this will be over, this will be fine. Well, it wasn't over. It wasn't fine. And it kept going, it kept going, it kept going to the point where I watched friends lose houses and cars. I lost houses and cars. I lost everything material that I had worked for, and I was nearing the age of 40. That is scary. So over the last 10 years, it has been a matter of rebuilding and creating again, reinventing myself, doing the thing. I took that era and I reinvented who I am today. So guess what? Here we are yet again. Facing a season where people are losing or putting their or being in a position where they might be losing some stuff really, really soon. And I need y'all to get this. I need you to get this because this is so key. I don't know what your financial posture is, but what has happened is the cash flow has been restricted because we can't move around. So sales are restricted, and the money that you are accustomed to making, you're not making them anymore. And so in this season, what do? You're going to have to reinvent yourself again. Trust me when I tell you, this will not be business as usual. Hey, y'all, good to see y'all on. Stick with me. This will not be business as usual. So what I need you to begin to do is you're going to have to get quiet. You're gonna have to get isolated. So a couple of things that I believe that will help, because it helped me, because I've been here in a season like this. See, the last time it was just an industry specific thing, which caused a ripple effect on everything. But it started in real estate. This time, with this pandemic situation that's going on, it is because people are restricted in their flow. And you're seeing small businesses go out of business. You're seeing large businesses being crushed by debt. And many of us are being washed out in the fallout. Many of us are being washed out in the fallout. How do you prepare? How do you prepare? Here you go. And you got to do this. Hey, y'all, good to see y'all on. This is how you prepare. Number freaking one, you have to limit your time. I know we're on social media, but you have to limit your time on social media, because it's about who's feeding you and what information is coming to you. You have to limit your time watching television. You cannot watch the news 12, 13 hours a day. Turn it off. If you want to stay connected, you want to understand what's going on, watch the first 5-10 minutes of the news. Turn that crap off, because what's happening, you are inundating your body with pure negativity and fear, and it is driving you nuts. It is driving your stress levels super high and the anxiety. So step number one, limit your time on social media, limit your time watching television, watching the news, limit conversations, because even though you are going to be staying away from limiting your social media, limiting your television, watching stuff, you're still going to have people in your space that will pick up the phone and call. They will still call you. They will still message you, and they will still have you worried about life. They will still have you worried and connected to everything that's out there. What I need you, especially my superstars and my leaders, my business owners, you have to go to the mountaintop. And what I mean by going to the mountaintop, you have to isolate yourself to a great degree. I just got off of a conference call with my accountability crew. I have an accountability crew. And we try to meet once a week, but most often is every 2 weeks. Well, today was one of our days. And one of the things that they told me, and this is one of the reasons why I'm on now, one of my accountability partners reminded me that I have to isolate myself and that I cannot do like business as usual. I can't sit there and absorb all of the negativity and all of the information that's out there. I cannot. I can't absorb all of the woe is me's. I cannot absorb the conspiracy theories. I can't, and I'm not, and trust me, I'm not negating any validity, any of this stuff. I'm not negating anybody's concerns or what they're putting forward. I'm not doing that at all. But what I am doing is I am limiting how much of it I drink. I don't have to sit there and listen to this stuff all day and all night, because some people, because they're afraid, they're listening to it all day and all night. Then y'all have the nerve to take your phones and y'all share the same negativity on your timeline. Then now you're a source, like you work, God, like you work for the news channel too. Leave that for the news people, and you don't have to swallow everything somebody puts everything that somebody puts on your plate. So again, number one, talking to my leaders, and I need y'all. In fact, some of y'all, please share this, because somebody needs to really hear this in this moment. Number one, cut the stuff off. Number two, when you are at the mountaintop and that's number two. Number one is to turn off your access to all of the social media, limit your watching the news. Number two, go to the mountaintop. Go isolate yourself and be quiet. Don't let the insanity of isolation drive you crazy. Don't let, become engrossed in who you are. I see the messages. I see the comments coming in. I want you to keep coming in because we're going to address those in a second. Keep them coming in, y'all. Keep them coming in. So here's the thing. So number one, limit the information. Limit who's feeding you. Number two, go isolate yourself. Isolate yourself. Go to the mountaintop. Be quiet. And so you can connect to your natural self so that you connect to that thing that is bigger than you, whether you call it God, Spirit, Jesus, Buddha, Allah. I don't care what you call it or what your spiritual tradition is. What is most important in this season is that you stay connected to your source. You got to acknowledge that you have a source, and you have to stay connected to that source and allow that source to feed you. Because as long as you allow these devices to feed you, as long as you allow these things and the television to feed you, because who's cooking up your food? Who's cooking up your information? Who's cooking up what makes you drive and go every day? You have to cut yourself off from negativity, especially in this season, because now, so once you limit your exposure to it, then you go and you isolate yourself on the mountaintop. Then you have to come up with a plan in your quiet time for your reinvention. I had to reinvent. The last time this happened in 2007 and 2008, when the economy crashed, I had to reinvent myself and do everything over. Some of us in this moment, your job is either on the line or gone. The way you made money just a matter of a month ago is now totally gone or totally different. And if it's not, it may be. Because when I tell you right now, when we come out of this thing, it's not going to be the same. It is not going to be business as usual. So because it's not going to be business as usual, you cannot be business as usual. So my message is extremely positive because I have been in this season before. It's extremely positive and encouraging because I want you to be aware of what's going on, but I need you to limit the access that people have to you. I need you to limit the information that comes to you and how often it comes to you. The type of information, is it positive or is it doom and gloom? Is it fear mongering? Is it they're going to make us line up and take vaccinations that's going to have a chip in them. You know, all of the stuff. I mean, are they, are all of the businesses going to go down, close down? Or are they going to make us pay this money back? Whatever the information is that you're being inundated by, cut it off. Because what is the outcome of you getting this information? Because anytime we eat food for a reason. We eat food to nourish our bodies so that we can live. And the better the quality of the food, the better the quality of our bodies, the better we live. If you're eating poor quality food, the effect on your physical body will be heir apparent. So as it goes for our physical bodies, so shall it go with our mental and our spiritual selves. If you're not feeding yourself in this crazy ass season, and I mean it just like that, if you're not feeding yourself right now with positivity, if you're not, like this is my bookshelf, this is one of my shelves here, and this is where all my heavy stuff is. These are the things that feed me. And so in this season, that's where I go to, whether it's the Bible, whether it's a meditation book, whatever it is that you have to tap into, you have to tap into that and tap into it right now. If you are a leader, if you're running any organizations, people need your voice right now. They need your positivity right now. If you're a business owner and you have a staff, reach out to them. Hey, get you a Zoom account and y'all start having Zoom sessions, because in this season where they're talking about social distancing, I don't like that word. Forget social distancing. It's not about social distance. It's about physical distancing. But socially, we have to stay together, and we will stay together. And as we stay together, we still have this synergy about ourselves mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. That vibration of that energy, will allow us to maintain our connectedness, will allow us to maintain our humanity. And as we maintain those things about us, we don't lose ourselves. We cannot lose ourselves in this season, because this is what makes us human. This is what makes us unique, and we're special. So here it is again. Number one, what did I say? Limit your social media, limit your access to the news and the television, limit all of that stuff. The other thing right after that is isolate yourself. Go to the mountaintop like the gurus did. Go to the mountaintop so that you can hear. You need to be able to tap in. So once you're up there and you're isolated, then the third thing is that you need to start to listen to what's on the inside. You need to begin to listen and connect to that source that you are naturally connected to. There is a spiritual source. There's a connection that you can connect with that will speak to you and sometimes through you to other people. So if you're a leader in an organization, you need to be able to hear clearly so that you can speak to your people. And then when you come down off of the mountain, you have a plan. This is just not conversation. You have to have a plan, and a part of this plan will be reinventing yourself for this season. As I said before, I have been here. I have those of you who are close to me and know. Listen, thank you, Bishop. Good to see you on. Listen, I have been here before. Again, transparent moment. I have lost everything. Most of my friends didn't even know. Because in that season of losing everything, I never lost who I was. Though I lost physical stuff, though I lost houses and cars and money and all of that kind of stuff, I did not lose my integrity. I maintained my relationships because of my integrity still being who I was. See, half of the time, the reason why y'all don't like being by yourselves, or when people don't like being by themselves, because they really don't like themselves. They don't like who they have become. They don't like who they are. But see, here's an opportunity right now for you to reinvent yourself for a better time and a better life. So I need you, so what we're going to be doing, I am going to constantly be giving you these things as often as I can to come on and just to be a reminder that, yes, this is what we're dealing with. Yes, this is a different season. Yes, but we've been here before, maybe not exactly, but we've seen something very, very similar to this. It did not kill you then, and it won't kill you now. It didn't kill me then. Yeah, did it feel good losing everything? Hell no, it didn't. But guess what, though? I'm still here, and I'm doing better emotionally, mentally than I was before. I'm actually operating out of a level of authenticity that I wasn't doing so then. So yeah, I was good at real estate. Yeah, I made a bunch of money. Yeah, I had fun doing it. But at the same token, there was something in me pulling. And sometimes life and circumstances will put enough pressure on you, to where that thing that is really inside of you that needs to come out, it will come out. It's almost like popping a zip. Life will squeeze you so much so that your purpose can't help but to come out. Well, I'm trying to tell y'all something today. So right now, if you can imagine that life is squeezing you leaders, more specifically, to be more creative. I need more out of him. I need more creativity out of her. I need him to work a little bit harder, because the season calls for this thing to work a little bit harder for you, because it ain't over. This is not over. And I tell you that if there's ever a line drawn in the sand about who you are, now is the time to draw the line in the sand about who you are and where you are and what you want to experience. I am on the side of life. I am on the side of love, liberty, beauty, creativity, all of the things that we need in this season right now. They're not tangible things. They're not material things, my friend. They're not. What we need is connectedness. Not social distancing, but physical distancing. And we have to be so clear about who we are and where we are and how we're to live. I'm excited about this future thing. You can have a little moment of fear, but that's okay. As long as you don't stay in that moment. As long as you don't stay in that moment, but you stay clear about who it is that you see yourself as. Hold on to your integrity, hold on to your humanity, and stay calm. Limit your access to social media, limit the news. Again, ask yourself who's feeding you, because out of the stuff that you're eating will come the fruits of your life. Because what comes in, it must come out. What goes in must come out. If you're consuming negativity, if you're consuming fear mongering and all kinds of stuff that are of a low vibrational nature, it is going to have an effect on the fruit that you bear. It is. So what I need you to do is, when we finish this, spend some time just alone. I mean, I know we're in isolation supposedly, but I mean, no, really, with it. Go into your closet, go into your room with intentionality as you do it. And you take you a journal, take you a book with you. Take you a book with you. I have a journal. I have a bunch of journals. Let me show you some. Let me let you into my life. So I'm just not this guy that just comes on. And my friends are not just people that are doing things and trying to empower people just for fame, glory, and riches. No, we believe this thing for real. Let me show you something. On top of, now I know my book's gonna fall over, but it's okay. You need to get you a library. You see each and every one of these journals? I write and have been writing for years and years and years. Journals, thoughts, real stuff. And see, I'm gonna tell you something. Like I just talked with my boy James. He's working on a book. Those of you who are working on books, let me give you a little advice. Stop trying to write these books on your computer. And here's why. Let me tell you why. When we write, and I'm telling you from experience, when I wrote my very first book, wrote my very, very, very first book, Our Spirits Renewed, I tried to sit down and I tried to write that book on the computer, and it never worked. And no matter how many times. So I followed the first two steps. I limited my connectivity to the outside world. I left the country. I sat there and I was isolated and connected to my spiritual source. And see, here's the thing. When you're writing, many of you are tapping into that spiritual nature that is using you as a vessel. And in order for you to receive those, I'm gonna use the word transmissions or downloads or whatever you want to call it, electronic stuff interferes with it. Whether you believe me or not, it don't matter. But just follow this. Everything in this universe vibrates. Everything has a frequency that it transmits on. This cell phone, my signal right now is coming to you in waves. And your cell phone or your computer is picking that wave up and it's translating, and therefore you see me and you hear me. So the same way that the thing you got to understand, technology only mirrors life. Technology only mirrors what you can do for real. So when you are tapped in, when you tap out and you tap in to your source, that source will speak through you. And so therefore I have all of these books where I have tapped into source for years and written down what has come through. But what happens, if you notice, I'm handwriting it. If you notice, when you try to sit down at an electronic device, there comes this interference kind of pattern thing going on because it has its own frequency. So all of the electronic stuff that's around you, you have to get away from it because it forms an interference pattern. And so it interferes with your connectedness to source. So what we're going to be doing, and so when I say cut everything off, I mean cut it off. Go sit in the backyard. Go sit on the porch. Go sit by nature. Go sit by some water. Here in Jacksonville where I live, we can still go outside and exercise and all that kind of stuff. So go sit on the porch. Go outside and sit in some grass, and you can write this stuff down. Because some of you are supposed to be writing some books in this season. So allow this. So the pressure that you're feeling, the stress that you're feeling, that just may be the universe pushing you and squeezing you so that purpose can come out of you. I really want you to get that, because don't allow anybody to throw you off. Don't allow anything and anybody to throw you off your new path. Some of you have found a new path during this time in this season. Some of you have discovered a new passion. Use this time. Money, who knows what's going to happen with money? Hey, we may be on a barter system soon. Who knows? I mean, you're seeing some of the largest companies in the world go out of business. One of my favorite places to talk about, they may not open back up, and that's AMC Theaters. This is crazy. But irrespective of that, what I need you to do is to stay positive. Stay positive, stay connected to your spiritual self, your spiritual source. Read positive things. Keep doing what you do. Finish what you started a long time ago. You know that stuff, them projects that you were working on. Finish that project, finish that thing. And if you are a leader, if you're a spiritual leader, if you're a pastor and you're on, if you're a business leader, keep your people together. Create you a Zoom account. Create you a private page on Facebook so that y'all can still commune and get together. Because in our strength comes from us being together. Our strength comes from us being together. Only divided can anything, any negative vibrational stuff have any effect on us. But in our connectedness, we can be creative. We can bounce ideas off of each other. We can do the thing that needs to be done, because in this season, it ain't about all of that other stuff. It ain't about celebrity. It ain't about how much money you can make. But now, don't get it twisted now. I ain't saying don't make no money, because you got to eat and you got to live. But at the same token, be mindful of everything that's in your space. You know the rules. You know the game plan. What's number one? Limit social media, cut off that darn television, stop watching the news 24/7. Number two, go isolate yourself. Go to the mountaintop like the gurus did. Why do you go to the mountaintop? So number three, you can shut up, be quiet, and listen to what is to speak to you. If you shut up and listen to what speaks to you, you may get a moment where something works through you. And when it works through you, you can create new stuff. You can create a new you. You can reinvent yourself. Because that's the season that we're in, y'all. That's the season that we're in. So AD, how do I manage this stuff? How do I manage the stress? Breathe. Breathe. Take a nap. Take things one small bite at a time. Accept the fact that you can't fix everything. Accept the fact that you cannot be all things to all people at all times. Especially my leaders. If you're a leader, and I know what it feels like to feel the weight of family on you. Damn. Okay, I just felt something. I know, man. I'm talking about my yeah. This is for superstars, leaders. I know what it feels like to have the weight of this season on your shoulders. And in order for you to handle the weight of this season, You have to stay strong, and you have to nourish yourself with good food. You have to nourish yourself with good energy and good information. Stay positive. Get some books, download some stuff. Listen to some talks. Connect with your pastor. Connect to your spiritual tribe. Connect with your spiritual tribe. They will be your source. They will help you stay you. They will help you in this insane time. We're all meditating and praying and sending positive energy to each other right now. That's exactly what we're doing. We are meditating and we're sending that positive energy to everybody. We're praying. We're being very prayerful. We're sending energy to everybody that's on this line right now. When you get off of here, when we end this feed, you're going to feel better. You've been absorbing a lot of negative energy. Man, I appreciate you too. We've been absorbing a lot of blows, especially my leaders. You guys have been. Thank you. Listen, everybody, check on your leaders. See if they okay. Real talk. Because if you're a leader, the weight is on your shoulders. If you're the business owner, the weight is on your shoulders of, well, what are we gonna do? Like a good friend of mine is on, and I know she's probably still on. She owns a salon. Listen, your ladies are still looking for you. They're still listening. They still need you. Your clients, check on them. Everybody in your network, check on them. But more importantly, check on your leaders. Make sure that they're okay, because they're literally walking around with the weight of the world on their shoulders. They feel responsible at a level that you may not understand. Many of our leaders are scrambling and trying to figure it out so that they can go and talk to the people. This is a tough season. It's a tough season. But guess what though? We'll come out of it. We'll come out of it. We'll come out of it on top. So what I'm gonna do is for a minute, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna look at some comments, because just Spirit's just been doing what it does. And my accountability crew, they put my boots on me, because hey, I was having a moment too. I was having a moment this morning too. Why? Because I was letting negative information, negative things come into my space. And I can't afford it at this time. You can't afford it at this time. So, I got old now. I gotta get my glasses and see what's going on here. I appreciate everybody that's on. I appreciate everybody. Good. And Angie says, I do not allow too much in my mental space. You can't allow stuff in your mental space. It has to feed you. Denise says, I've only been watching the news every other day. That's a good idea. That's a really good idea. Instead of watching the news every day. I like that, Denise. Watch it every other day. That's a good idea. Very good. Very good. I agree, because much of being shared is not even true. There is a lot of information. There's so much information. Sometimes you don't know what's true. You don't know what's pot or not. But no, this is some really good stuff. And because you don't, you have to ask yourself the source. You have to ask yourself the source. So whatever feeds you grows. Whatever you feed grows. A lot of people are feeding their fears. Absolutely, Denise. They are feeding their fears. And see, fear and those low vibrational things, also those feelings can become addictive. And you get, watching that pain. And listen, stop sharing. Stop sharing them dang on CDC numbers of how many people dead. Don't do that. If I see you post that, and you're on my timeline, I'm gonna delete you. I ain't gonna delete you. I'll give you a little grace. But stop doing it. Please stop sharing everything that's on Channel 4 News. I don't want to see nothing. I don't want to see another post about anything negative. Let's see what else we got. Great. Reinventing yourself, reinventing our revenue streams and plans. It will not be the same when this is over. It won't be, Denise. It won't be. So you really need the time to be quiet. The energy that you're spending and you're giving to social media, the energy that you're giving to the news and negativity, you need to be giving that. You need to be holding that in and giving that energy to yourself, because you need to be reinventing who you are going to be when this is over. You also need to be making sure your wellness part that you're going to be in a good position when this is over. Yeah, good stuff. Thanks, Brother Fowler. I really appreciate you. I appreciate you praying for me, because I need all the praying I can get. Denise says, plant good roots and you will have amazing fruits. Absolutely. If you plant good roots, plant good seeds in this time. Plant good seeds in this time. Make sure that the energy that you're sending out is what you want back. And your people need it more so now than ever. Your family, don't forget your family. Your family is going through too. Your family is stressed out too. Let's see. Absolutely. Man, I appreciate you too, James. I really do. Sometimes we have to love ourselves enough to shut down negativity. That is an absolute truth. That's an absolute truth. And I encourage each and every one of you to shut down all negativity. Here's the thing. Here's the litmus test. If it doesn't make you feel good, cut it off. And I'm serious. If it doesn't feel good, then cut it off, because it's a vibration. You will always and forever hear me talk about vibrational frequency. When something resonates at a high frequency, vibrates at a high frequency, it tends to feel good, because happiness, love, joy, laughter, those high vibrational moments, that's what you experience when the vibration is high. When you're not happy, when you're sad, you get bad, you're constantly getting bad information, misinformation. Those energies, those transmissions are low. And if you ingest those low vibrational frequencies into your brain, then what winds up happening? You start to feel down. You start to feel bad and low. And so it modulates your vibrational frequency to something that you really don't want to be at, in a place that you don't want to be at. You want to keep your vibration. Listen to you some good music. In fact, I'm about to change this music. I'm about to put on me some Earth, Wind, and Fire. I mean, I'm not hating on whoever that is playing on a thing, but I'm going to go and I'm going to pull up me some Earth, Wind, and the Fires. Y'all know Earth, Wind, and Fire. Why am I doing that? Because there's a science behind everything. And I know it's in my little thing. There we go. There they go right there. Which one I want to go with? The greatest hit? Yeah, let's go with the best Earth, Wind, and Fire. Let's go on and do that. I need something more upbeat than that. Let's see. Yeah. Everything has a vibration. Everything has a feeling. And because everything has a feeling and a vibration, that's what you need to be vibing out to. You need to be vibing out the stuff that makes you feel good. And if it ain't making you feel good, cut that jive off. If it ain't making you feel good, cut that jive off. So that's where it's at. We're gonna do it again next Tuesday. Tuesdays is kind of like my day. We're gonna do another webinar on the Stress Be Gone thing, and in that in the Stress Be Gone webinar that we do, not here on Facebook. You have to register for it, and it's free. You just have to go to innerzennow.com, innerzennow.com, and register. In fact, I probably need to update the page because it has a countdown for this coming for last week, for this week. So I need to refresh it and create one for next week. And yeah, I'll do that. So in fact, let me text my folks in a second. Let me let 11 know what we need to do. But nevertheless, what that format looks like is, we get on and I share with you some techniques and some strategies for handling stress and anxiety. And give you some positive talk, kind of like how we've been vibing today, some of the things that we do. And then how I end, can I post a link? Yeah, Denise, type this in there for me. It's innerzennow.com. So innerzennow.com. That's it. innerzennow.com. And then I'll be posting it. It's on my page. But we'll be getting together again Tuesday nights at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. So 7:30 here on the East Coast. So make sure that you guys register for that. I'll make sure I fix the page so it reflects the time frame for our next talk. Yeah, that's Zen is Zen. Thank you. So Innerzen, INNERZENNOW. Yeah. So do that. So excellent. Thank you so much. Yeah. So we'll do that. But one of the things that so how it goes though. So we do the webinar and I give you some good nuggets and talks. But then I also do kind of like this guided meditation thing, so that it will get you into a place where you feel better, you feel good. And that's all. It's a guided meditation towards the end, so that when we end the session, everybody feels great and you can go and do the amazing work that you have to go do. All right, fair enough. Share this with people. Share this video on your page, please. There are a lot of people that need to hear this minute. They need to hear what we talked about today. Please go and go share this. I appreciate you guys. Hey man, send me all the energy, all the prayers that you got, because I need it too. Because there's a lot of work got to be done. A lot of work has to be done. If you want to connect and you want to help with this process, if you want to help me do what I do even more, I'm building a team of folks that are like little positivity warriors that will help to spread this light and to be positive and beautiful and loving and caring and all of that kind of stuff. If you have some good skill sets that you want to help bring to the table, say, hey, AD, I think this can be impactful to people's lives and help change some situations, or you just want to vibe out, I welcome that. Please inbox me and let me know that you're interested. You can be anywhere in the world and be a part of this time. It's all about being brilliant, shining bright for everybody to see, for the world to see, because there's enough negativity out there. There's enough stuff out there. We just need you to do what you do best. Reinvention. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of the season. Don't be afraid of change. Don't allow anything to change who you are and what you have become, because there's much better and much more brilliant you that's out there for you to discover. I promise you. I appreciate you guys. Be brilliant. I will see you next time.